Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin, where today we're going to be talking about how I finish my orders to ship. So I have these designer bags that I bought off of eBay, and they're called Polly Millers. They come in various patterns and designs. I have my own custom made labels that match my business cards, and so all my orders go out in these. A typical order that my customers will receive will look like this. I have the dress in a big bag to protect it from water in case the Polly Miller would open. I have the little purse in here, the hair bow, the dress. If they can fit in a smaller bag, then it'll look like this when my customer receives it. But in order to get it to this point, it's quite a process. I've shown you how to make the Little Miss Revlon dresses, which is what all these dresses are an example of. And so today we're going to be finishing a dress for an order. So I have this beautiful aqua dress here with the hair bow and the little purse. To see how I make the miniature purses, I have a video. Look at my video list, and I think the title is How to Make Miniature Doll Purses. And so this needs snaps sewn on it. So typically a card of snaps will look like this that you get from Hobby Lobby. You will need some kind of little scissors and a needle. So I already know that on the back of my dress, it comes over quite a way to fit the doll's back. I mean, I just know from experience. So I'm going to take a needle, preferably a smaller one, and I'm going to take some white thread off of my bobbin. I like to use larger snaps because they're easier to manage both for me to sew on and for my customers to use. You're going to thread your needle twice. Both ends of the thread will go through the needle. Okay, and then we are going to take, I like the number two snaps right in the middle. The one that has the nipple will go on the left, and then this will go on the right. So it's going to go quite a ways in because you want the dress to fit nice and tight. You now take your needle and go from underneath the dress, make a stab, and then you're going to come up in between the two threads here with the needle like so and pull, and that will stabilize your thread and your snap. Okay, and then you're just going to go around the holes. I like to think of it as like going around a wagon wheel. My neighbor's dog is having a fit out there about something. Might be the mailman. Okay, so we finished one. I go through each one twice. People ask me why I don't use one of those custom snap setters. I have one for plastic snaps, and I don't know, I found that it melted the snap. It just broke the center of the snap off, and the snap would not stay on. So I don't know if I need a metal snap setter. I just did it the old-fashioned way. That way then I know it's going to stay. Okay, I went through this hole three or four times because it's on the bottom, and that's going to receive a lot of force when you pull on it. A signature mark of vintage doll dresses, originals, is they used to use old-fashioned square metal snaps. And that was what they used in the 40s and 50s. And then they went to round metal snaps. Okay, so that, the underneath side, that's the first one, is ready to go. Now we're going to take out the short thread, give ourselves another longer piece of thread. thread up our needle again, both ends of the thread through the eye. Okay, and then now we're going to go on the other side, and the nipple part of this snap is going to be up. We have to make sure that it lines up with our dress bag, and it does. So now this side's a little more difficult. You have to make sure that you only go through the first piece of fabric. You don't want to go all the way through, or your stitches will show on the back. It's not that big of a deal if it happens once in a while, but for the most part, the stitches are supposed to be invisible. Okay, so then we'll just through the top layer, go around the wagon wheel again. I usually wait and sew my snaps on last. I typically sew the snaps on the next day just because it takes time. And if you're tired, last thing you want to do is sew on snaps. Okay, so then we have this side to do. And again, you're sewing just to the lining if at all possible. If one or two stitches show, it's not the end of the world. But for the most part, you want to be sewn to the lining. Okay, so if you notice, there's our back of our dress. We're going to cut that off. I will have one more snap to show on, but I mean, nobody wants to watch that twice because it's kind of boring. So here's how we snap our dress. There will be one further down closer to the waist. I tie the velvet ribbon. The ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, and it's about $12 for all of these colors in a row. It's back where the ribbon is at Hobby Lobby. Okay, now then I take this little dress and I fold in the back edges so that I can get it to fit in a sandwich bag. That's a sure sign that my table is entirely too messy. Okay, then I will fold it like this. I can't find my sandwich bag at the moment. And then I will lay the purse and the hair ribbon in the bag, and this will be ready to go. So I hope you learned something from my video today. You learned how to finish out the dresses and get them ready for shipment. Thank you.